Atoms of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen are put together to make molecules of sugar, a carbohydrate food substance. The carbon comes from carbon dioxide gas in the air. Air enters through holes, called stomata, in the plant's leaves. The hydrogen and oxygen come from water. Mapping surface rocks is the first stage in modern oil exploration. By studying the rocks on the surface, geologists can guess at the structure of the rocks beneath the surface. Another method that helps them do this is to use an instrument called a gravimeter. This measures the slight differences in the gravitational force at different points on the surface of the Earth. Modern aircraft use many additional methods of navigation. The pilot plots his course on a flight plan before he takes off. After the takeoff, an altimeter tells his height or altitude, above the ground or water. Instruments controlled by gyroscopes show whether he is climbing or turning. The stratosphere is a layer of the Earth's atmosphere. It lies above the troposphere. It begins 10 miles above the equator and 6 miles above the Earth's polar regions. Little moisture enters the stratosphere, so clouds are rare. Even though the stratosphere has complex wind systems, violent storms don't occur there. There are two ways of getting energy from nuclei. So nuclei can break apart to release energy. This is called fission. Other nuclei can be put together to make a new nucleus, while giving out energy. We call this process fusion. Fission and fusion are different processes, but both produce enormous amounts of energy due to reaction. The shape of emperor penguin body helps them to survive. They have short wings that help them dive up to 900 feet to catch larger fish. They can swim up to 12 miles per hour for a short time, which lets them escape from their main enemy, the leopard seal. They can stay warm because they have a thick layer of blubber. Often the oil contains natural gas. It is dissolved in the oil because of the high pressure deep underground. When the drill penetrates the oil-bearing layer, this pressure is released. It provides a tremendous thrust and may be sufficient to bring all the oil to the surface. If the gas pressure is not sufficient, a pumping station must be built to bring up the oil. The National Health Service of the country was set up in 1948, shortly after the end of the Second World War. Its aim is to provide free medical treatment for all patients who wish to take advantage of the service. However, it is still possible to obtain private medical treatment, and in this case the doctor charges a fee. Same species, most of them insects, benefit increasingly from man's activities. Modern, large-scale agriculture offers them a paradise. Crops are grown year after year in the same or nearby fields, helping insects' populations to build up. When schools opened in Texas this fall, some of the favorites were missing from the cafeteria menus. Sodas and candy bars had been banned for grade schoolers, chips and cookies were mini-size, and the all-time favorite, the French fry, was given just one more year before it too would be banned. Diana, Princess of Wales, became famous when she decided to marry Prince Charles. She became the most photographed person in the world. Everywhere she went, there were photographers taking pictures of her, and people were very interested in her clothes, where she went on holiday and who she was with. Many people with high IQ scores fail to become successful due to lack of motivation, laziness, or short attention span. In contrast, some people with low IQ succeed with greater personal dedication, systematic effort, and motivation. One can eliminate the disadvantage that comes with a low IQ score by choosing the right career path. All viruses are made up of two kinds of substance. First, all viruses contain proteins. Proteins are chemical substances that occur in all living creatures. A particle or molecule of a protein consists of a long chain of substances called amino acids. There are about 20 different kinds of amino acid in proteins. Blue jeans or casual pants noted for their strength and comfort. Blue jeans in the form we know them today didn't come about until the middle of the 19th century. Levi Strauss, an enterprising immigrant who happened to have a few bolts of blue denim cloth on hand, recognized a need for strong work pants in the mining communities of California. The bald eagle, America's national bird, is the only eagle unique to North America. About half of the world's 70,000 bald eagles live in Alaska, making the northwest coast of North America by far their greatest stronghold for bald eagles. They flourish here in part because of the salmon. Insects are found throughout the world except on the poles. Fossil records indicate that many species exist today in much the same form as they did 200 million years ago. Their enormous biological success is attributed to their small size, the remarkable adaptive abilities of the group as a whole, and the enormous variety in body structure and way of life. The use of work animals began long before humankind started to practice agriculture. The use of animal power is now considered by many people to be archaic and inefficient. Yet, despite the more than 50 years spent promoting tractorization in developing countries, the development gap between industrialized countries and those with weak, highly dependent economies has increased. The emperor penguin is a penguin that lives in Antarctica. It is the tallest and heaviest of all penguin species. Emperor penguins are black and white like all penguins, but the sides of their neck are golden. Emperors live in the coldest climate on Earth. They breed at the beginning of the Antarctic winter, March and April, on the ice all around the Antarctic continent. The Brazil nut tree is one of the Amazon's longest living trees, of an age 1,000 years. Its flowers depend on bees for pollination. Once pollinated, a coconut-sized seed containing some tiny 20 seeds, develops for over 15 months before falling to the forest floor. They are found exclusively in Amazon forests since harvesting is exhausting, even for the strong. Dead or dying fish are an important food source for all bald eagles. Eagles are a member of the Accipitridae family, which also includes hawks, kites, and Old World vultures. Scientists loosely divide eagles into 4 groups based on their physical characteristics and behavior. The bald eagle is a sea or fish eagle.